I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your man TP. I am back today to drop another compilation in your lap, and that is going to be number 105. And we're going to be featuring 4 different judges on this compilation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Guys, listen, I'm loving the comments. I'm loving all of the stuff that you guys are saying, the different things that you're sharing, how you feel about these proceedings, the things that's going on during the proceedings. I appreciate it. I try to read as many as I can, and I try to respond to as many as I can, even if that's just with a heart. I try to let you know that I read it and I've seen it and that I appreciate it. Now, there will be chapters added to this for your convenience. There will be no commentary as always. Now let's go ahead and run down these judges' courtrooms that we will be in on today. First, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Sean Perkins out of the state of Michigan. Second, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Lee out of the state of Kansas. Third, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Nicholas Iarocci out of the state of Ohio. And in his proceeding, there's going to be some bonus footage of something that the sovereign citizen did. And I'm just going to leave it at that for those of you that may not have seen it, but just some extra bonus footage outside of the courtroom. And last but not least, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Joseph Slaven, also out of the state of Michigan. Guys, we're keeping these compilations rolling. I don't know how far we can get. We've already made it 5 past the century mark. So, hey, we're going to see how far we can take this thing. But let's go ahead, guys, and jump into number 105.
All right, Mr. Harris, this is the City of Detroit versus Christopher Gray. Case number SP 1357945, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1191985, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1629749, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1267865, counts 1, 2, and 3. And appearance for the record, please.
Sharika Harris, on behalf of Mr. Gray, please state your name for the record.
Mr. Gray's appearing. I'm here as a special appearance. Mr. Gray's appearing at pro se.
Okay, Mr. Gray.
Okay, strike that appearance. Thank you.
State your name, Mr. Gray, for the record, please.
By special appearance, I'm here to appear for Christopher Lamar Gray.
All right. Today is the date and time set for a show cause. Mr. Gray, you missed the court date, sir.
I apologize. I apologize, Your Honor. I made every attempt to get in. I didn't see my name on the docket when what I assumed was my date. So I don't know how I lost track of that. I do apologize, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So your name is Christopher Gray. Is that correct?
My name.
That's what you just. Wait a minute. Let me just say what you just said. Let me just say what you just said. I didn't see my name on the docket.
I'm the trustee for the account. So for that.
I'm gonna call you Christopher Gray because that's what we're looking for. And then I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. I'm gonna give you a $0 bond.
Okay. Objection, Your Honor. I would like for the record, I reserve my right not to be compelled to perform on any contract, commercial agreement that I didn't enter knowingly, voluntarily, intentionally, and I furthermore do not accept any liability or compelled or otherwise for any contracts that I did not know that I became a part of because of a license or anything else, Your Honor. So I object, and for the record, the state can't be named a party in this suit. I asked that I put a motion before the court. I didn't get a ruling on that motion. I asked the court rule on my motion.
What is your motion? I haven't seen any motions. What is your motion?
I have a motion to dismiss, motion to strike.
And what is
And
the
that
basis
was
for that?
the basis of that is there is no corpus delecti. The three components there are not those three components. There's only one of the three components here. Okay. The occurrence of loss of injury, that's not here. The whatever happened legally to cause or illegally to cause that loss, that's not here either. So of the three things, the third thing would be me being named. That's here, but the other things aren't here.
Okay.
So
is that all?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your motion is denied, Mr. Gray. All right. Now I'm going to set this matter for a jury trial again. Let's see if we can get one quicker. Say that again.
You want to know if he ever had a jury trial?
Yeah, he had a jury trial set for July the 5th, but now it's not been set anymore, right? Let's get a date if we can get a date quicker than that. And for the record, I did not receive anything. Did you get the name? No, we don't check right now. I don't have anything in the file. We're going to check the mail to see if did you mail that motion in, Mr. Gray?
That motion, one moment, Your Honor.
The motion is denied anyway, but I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anything here. Ms. Mathis, you can check the email to see if Mr. Gray filed any motion.
Okay.
Again, Your Honor, I object. Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2 says that because the state has been named, in cases that the state is named, then in those cases involving ambassadors, public ministers, councils, and those in which the state has been named, those fall under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. So that is my objection, and I put that on the record that if the state is being named, which the city of Detroit would be the state, then this matter doesn't fall in your jurisdiction; it falls in the Supreme Court.
All right. Well, you can put that in a motion or whatever you want to do, but I don't interpret the law that way, and your objection is noted for the record.
Well, I object to you ruling on. I object to you putting in a defense on my behalf. I didn't request that. I didn't
put a defense on your behalf.
You put in a not guilty, and I didn't plead that. So that's
so you want to plead. You have two options. You have two options. You want to plead guilty, not guilty, or you want to stand mute. Three options. What do you want to do?
I stand mute.
All right, stand mute. And based on that standing mute, I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. All right.
I object to the entering of a plea on my behalf, Your Honor.
Objection is noted on the record.
Thank you.
Well, I'm checking.
All right, let's pass the matter. I'm gonna get another jury trial date, Mr. Gray, and we'll get you out of here. Next time you miss, sir, it's gonna be a cash bond on you. I'll let you know that.
Understood. Appreciate your patience, Your Honor.
The 16. Let's do the 527.
You want to add another two?
We'll add 2, and we can add it to the afternoon docket, right? Hey, let's do it. Yeah. You know? Huh?
Because they want the people to be here at 9:30.
No.
Jury services.
We'll call. We'll put it on the afternoon.
But I don't know jury services.
We'll call them and find out. All right, let's pass the matter. We're gonna figure out this. We're gonna try to get this sooner rather than later, Mr. Gray. All right, you say the 27th. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Christopher Gray. Let's go back on the record for Mr. Christopher Gray. Mr. Gray, I'm going to give you a jury trial date of May the 27th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Okay?
Your Honor,
let's say 8:30.
Your Honor, I think I have in Third Circuit Court. a pending case.
All right, well, what do you have in Third Circuit?
Issue with land bank.
You don't have a choice. You come to in person at 8:30. You've already missed the day. You don't have a choice. You have to figure it out.
Okay.
In person, sir.
Will do.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Still waiting on that appointed counsel, Mr. Lucy. We'll get you out of here as soon as they come.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's tell Mr. Gray, before you leave. Ms. Snyder.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you? I have Mr. Gray. He is appearing per se. We set a jury trial for the 27th of May. Let's do this. Let's go back on the record with Mr. Gray. Let's go back on the record with Mr. Gray. Ms. Snyder, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Alexa Schrader for the people, P80322. Is this Christopher Gray?
Yes.
It is. No, this is Christopher appearing for the account of Christopher Gray.
He doesn't know. He's Christopher Gray at one moment, and he gets confused. Now he's Christopher Gray appearing on behalf.
I am the trustee for that account.
For that
account.
All right. So anyway, Miss Snyder, can you get your officers here on the 27th? Let's say the 27th is right after the holiday. I know that's short notice for your it's a week and a half. I would like to get this done. Get Mr. Gray his day in court.
I have a few points, Your Honor. First is I will not be here on the 27th. So I would have to ask that we not set a jury trial on that date. I wouldn't be able to get anyone to cover. So I could not have a jury trial. I would object to setting it shorter than the 2 weeks without having the chance to talk to the officers. If they were here in person or on Zoom, I could ask them, but I just don't know their schedules. They might be on furlough. They might have medical issues. And third, I would object to Mr. Gray representing anyone, be that an account or another person. Since he is not an attorney, he cannot represent anyone.
All right. I'll rule on I'll hold your objection in abeyance, and I'll rule on them on the end of the jury trial date. Ms. Mathis, please. June the 10th can't be. All right, June the 24th. June the 24th, 2025. That's going to be in person. We're going to set a final pretrial date for the day before that, for June the 23rd, 2025 at 8:30. That's all the parties need to appear. They do not need to appear in person. You can appear on Zoom, but we want to make sure that at least we have some officers that are going to testify and to give testimony for the people to make see if they can not to make the outcome, see if they'll be available for the trial the next day, so we don't inconvenience the jury. So a jury trial is the 24th of June, 2025 at 9 a.m. And a final pretrial is going to be June 23rd, 2025 at 8:30. And that jury trial is going to be in person. And then all parties must appear for the June 23rd final pretrial date. Understood?
Is this for all of the charges on the docket, Your Honor?
This is for all the charges except for the civil infractions. We're not entertaining those at all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
maybe some more. No, it's all, I think I counted 10 and I counted 10 into the record. All right. Anything further from either party? All right, hearing no response, everybody
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, understood.
All right. Hearing no response, have a very good day and best of luck to you, Mr. Gray. And
thank you, Your Honor.
Gordon Cooley. Case number is 24TR65. Are you Gordon Cooley? You'll need to unmute your screen, sir.
Yes, I am the man that is that person.
So you're Gordon Cooley?
Yep.
Very well. State appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney. Mr. Cooley, there's been an amended complaint filed on, it looks like April 17th. You're charged with driving while suspended as a second offense for on or about March the 25th of 2024 in Elk County, Kansas. If indeed you have a prior conviction where this would be a second offense, that's a Class A misdemeanor. A Class A misdemeanor is punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $2,500. Additionally, with a second offense for driving while suspended, there's a mandatory 5-day minimum sentence. However, a person can be placed on probation from that, but there is mandatory sentence that would have to be imposed. Do you understand what you're charged with?
No, I don't quite understand those no, I don't.
What's your question in regards to what you're charged with?
Well, I think this is a matter of a mistaken identity. My persons was never involved in anything. I'm carrying my property from point A to point B. There's no vested interest of the state to even stop me. I'm exercising my God-given constitutionally protected rights. And I stated that to the man acting as the police officer. I didn't present him with a license.
You are charged, sir. Hold on. You're charged with driving while suspended, a second offense. That would indicate to me that you've had a first offense.
No.
Have you been in court before on this type of charge?
Nope, not on driving while suspended. No, I have not.
All right. Well, that is what you're charged with. You don't have to agree with it. You can certainly, that is an issue at trial if you feel you have a defense. As with the others that I've explained, you have certain rights. You are charged with a misdemeanor, so you are entitled to be represented by a counsel. And if you wish to apply for court-appointed counsel, if you meet the financial guidelines, I would appoint one to represent you. You also have the right to represent yourself. You also have the right to have counsel of your own choosing at your own expense. So at this time, if you wish to have a trial, if you wish to speak with an attorney counsel, would he qualify under any programs you have since you charge this as a second offense?
No.
All right. So apparently diversion wouldn't be an option for you. So if you're wishing to have a trial or to speak with an attorney, your plea at this time should be not guilty. If you wish to plead guilty, then we'd proceed to sentencing. But based upon what you're telling me, those would be issues that could be addressed at trial. So at this time, how do you wish to plead?
I don't plan to plea. I guess I'll answer in the formative that demurs is not acquiesced to quasi-jurisdiction.
If you're not going to enter a formal plea, you're standing mute, and I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
Okay, I exercise my right to trial by jury then. I'd like to face the man or the woman that claims I've done them harm or loss.
Mr. Cooley, if you wish to have a trial by jury.
I'm Gordy. I'm not Mr. Cooley. I'm Gordy. I'm a man. I'm not a person.
All right. Mr. Cooley.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
You need to be quiet for a moment. I'm going to explain what the situation is. You have the right to be represented by counsel. You entered a plea, refusing to enter a plea, which is fine. A person can stand mute, and I will set this matter for trial. If you wish to be or have a jury trial, you have the right to do so. However, you need to do that in the proper form. With a misdemeanor offense, you have to file a written motion for that request. Otherwise, it's set before the court. So you would need to do that in a timely way. If you're going to represent yourself, you would have to follow the rules as though you're an attorney. So all of those things would, most people don't have the training to where if they're going to do a jury trial, they're better off being represented by counsel. But that's a choice that you're going to have to make.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
Can there be a valid cause of action without an injured party?
Sir, that's not a valid question for what we're doing here today.
I've tried settling this matter in the private twice. If you have any papers in front of you with my signature on them, it's because that is what was required for me to get away from my captors. I don't understand what a man thinks that he has the authority to take another man and throw them in a box when they have harmed no man or woman, no claim has been brought against them.
You need to be quiet now. We're going to give you a court date, and you can advise me how you're going to proceed at that court date. If you're going to apply for a jury trial, then you'll need to make that application by that time. Otherwise, you'll be set for a bench trial. That's before the court. Sarah, could you give us a date, please?
What sort of time frame would you like, Judge? 30 minutes?
Approximately 30 days, 30 minutes would be fine.
We can do May 15th at 2:30.
Judge, I'm out that afternoon. We could do 11:30 if there's nothing else scheduled there.
We put that for a trial for an hour, didn't we? So
we could, if you only need 30 minutes, we could do the 11 to 12.
Well, we said something at 10:30, I believe, or was it the 10 o'clock that was set for trial?
It was the 10:30 to 11:30 that was set.
Okay, let's set this at 11:30 for a pretrial. So, Mr. Cooley, you will need to appear at the courthouse in Howard. And if you're going to file a motion for a jury trial, you need to have done so by that time. If you're going to hire an attorney, you need to do that. If you're going to apply for an attorney, I would suggest that you do that as soon as possible, so that you can have counsel at that time.
Am I going to be able to face the man or the woman that has a claim before me, or are you going to discharge the matter? If there's not a man or a woman here, then this matter needs to be discharged.
Sir, I've heard these arguments before, and those are not legal arguments. Somebody's made these things.
I'm not a member of the legal society.
Sir,
Can you bring the law to the court, please? Can we bring the law to the court?
Mr. Cooley, stop interrupting. At your hearing, if you have motions that you wish to have heard, you can file them in advance. I would strongly recommend you be represented by counsel. But your court appearance is May 15th at 11:30, and you are to be here in person.
I will invoke my common law rights.
Take a seat
I have a question.
in this blue chair.
Do I have the
Sit down.
Do I have the same rights?
You want me to hold you in contempt? Sit down in that blue chair.
Do I have the
Sit down.
there?
One more time. Sit down. You are charged with one count of no operator's license, a minor misdemeanor subject to a maximum fine of $150 plus court costs. You also are charged with one count of expired plates, also a minor misdemeanor subject to a maximum fine of $150 in court costs.
I am the authorized agent to the decedent estate. I am coming in here as the settler, and I want to settle this case.
I will enter no plea on your behalf to these charges. I've given you 3 plea options to plead.
No, I do not recognize anyone in this court.
Okay, well,
I don't recognize you or the bailiff or anybody else in this court. Then I'm just going to surrender the person to the court because I'm not coming back.
I don't know what that means.
You do know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I am not the ens legis, non de guerre.
I've been practicing law for 36 years, and what you've just said to me has no meaning to me whatsoever. So let me say it one last time, because we have other cases to handle today. If you don't leave the courtroom and go to the clerk's window and get a trial date, which is what I'm scheduling in this case, I will hold you in contempt of court and I'll have you arrested. You either go to the clerk's window now and get a trial date, or I'll have you taken into custody now. You got it? Court is now on the record in City of Conneaut versus Amber McHenry, 24 TRD 819. Ms. McHenry entered no plea to charges of no operator's license and expired plates, each of which is a minor misdemeanor, on December 17th, 2024. I scheduled it for a bench trial for January 8th of 2025. Ms. McHenry was given notice of that bench trial. I have a signed receipt in the file showing she got notice of that bench trial. Present on January 8th, 2025 was the law director along with a police officer. Ms. McHenry failed to appear. As a result of her failure to appear, I issued a warrant for her arrest. That was January 8th. It's now over a month later, February 11th, and Ms. McHenry is now turning herself in on the warrant. She is in the courtroom, and she is without an attorney. Ms. McHenry, why were you not here on January 8th of 2025?
I have a question about the case.
Ms. McHenry, sit down. This is not your courtroom. Sit in that chair.
I have a question about the case. That's not the case number that I had.
Yes, it is, Ms. McHenry. You've got other cases pending that are set for jury trial.
The original case number that I had was like TDR, like 0800 something. And
24 TRD 819.
819. Okay. I was just double checking on the case number. Can you repeat your question then? No.
Why were you not here on January 8th?
I put in an appearance and it was rejected and struck from the record, and I was sent a letter saying that I am not who I said I was. So I have a question about that because I don't understand.
This is not a discussion here. This is not a conversation. I ask a question, you respond to my question. Now, this is typical behavior for you because you're a sovereign citizen. At least you claim to be.
I've never claimed that.
Well, your documentation that you file, including the one you filed today that did not have a correct caption or case number on it, is indicative of that. So let me ask you, Ms. McHenry, again, why were you not physically, personally present in the courtroom on January 8th, 2025 for your trial?
I need the oath and bonds to be put for each person acting as a public official in this case who is acting as a public servant to be put on the record. And I also require the indemnity bond, and I'm going to require the other bonds. I need the accounting. Please, for the record, let it be known that you exited.
I did. I exited the courtroom and asked a police officer and probation officer.
Who has the indemnity bond? Where is the bill of particulars?
The bond is being, the warrant is being executed. You're being taken into custody. Take her down to the jail now.
I was not given the warrant.
Take her down to the jail now.
Why am I being arrested?
Take her down to the jail.
What crime have I committed? Get off me. This is kidnapping. This is a false arrest. No, this is a false arrest.
I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you.
The Constitution applies to every living man and woman.
Yeah.
You are violating your oath, Mr. Iarocci.
Well, hello everybody. How you doing? So I went to court today for a bench warrant to deal with a bench warrant that was put out for me, allegedly because I didn't make an appearance in court, but I did turn my paperwork in for that. You're allowed to turn in paperwork. You don't have to physically go to court. Paperwork is the same thing as making an appearance. However, they struck it from the record that I made my appearance. They struck the recusal of the judge from the record, and on top of that, they sent me a letter and they stated that I wasn't who I said I was, that I am who they say I am, which when I asked questions about that, the judge yelled at me and told me he didn't have to answer any of my questions. And then when I asked for the bill of particulars and the indemnity bond, I was arrested and taken into custody and held against my will. And so that's a false arrest. But not only was that a false arrest because it's all based on fraud in the first place, but secondly, they didn't read me my rights. I wasn't read my rights by the judge in the court, and I also wasn't read my rights when I was arrested. Also, they did not tell me what my charges were. So there's that. I can't wait to get the paperwork where they tell me what they're charging me with. So this is all because of the right to travel. Okay? It's all based on the right to travel freely, unencumbered, and unfettered according to the Constitution. Now, I'm going to pull up some stuff for you because people need to know what the truth is. And they're not going to really know unless I actually physically show them, because you guys, you're not going to do the research. Right? You don't really care. You're just going to tell me I'm crazy and nothing that I say makes sense. You can replay all of this later because it's alive now, but they hold it up for 30 days and you can write down all of these things if you want to. There's benchmark cases that all deal with all of this stuff, but we'll start with Ohio Revised Code. I was threatened with retaliation for threatened and retaliated against. They were trying to coerce me into basically doing business with the state of Ohio, which I don't have anything to do with. I'm not a state of Ohio resident, okay? Under section 2905, hold on, let me flip this around. Ohio laws and administrative rules, section 2905.12 is coercion. No person with purpose to coerce another into taking or refraining from action concerning which the other person has legal freedom of choice shall do the following: threaten to commit any offense, utter or threaten any calumny against any person, expose or threaten to expose any matter tending to subject any person, or hatred, or contempt, or ridicule, or damage any person's personal or business repute, or to impair any person's credit. Institute or threaten criminal proceedings against any person. Take, withhold, or threaten to take, withhold official action, or cause to threaten to cause official action to be taken or withheld. Okay, so anyways, you guys can read all of that. That's the section you need, because that's what happened to me. I am a non-resident alien, according to 5301.254. Okay, you are a non-resident alien unless you are a U.S. citizen, but I'll get to that in a minute. You have the right to the bill of particulars of your case, which I asked for, and they did not give me. And when I asked for it today, and for the indemnity bond, I was arrested. This is the location of the debtor. This is UCC. Do you know who the debtor is? I do. Hold on. It's this. The United States is located in the District of Columbia. They are the debtor. Any foreign bank registered and licensed by a state, which would be all banks, all courts are banks. The United States business. It's a corporation, a partnership. Also, the United States citizen is a corporation or a partnership with the District of Columbia. That's 15 USC 4724E. Here you go. 18 USC 911, citizen of the United States. If you claim willfully and falsely and represent yourself as a citizen of the United States, you are going to be fined and imprisoned, or both. You can only be a citizen of the United States if you are a public servant dealing with the law, so governors, senators, judges, cops. They're all United States citizens. You are not. Under Ohio Revised Code 4507.04, non-resident exemption. Non-residents are permitted to drive upon the highways of their own state without, right here, without. Bam. Wake up. Here you go. So not only do you not have to have a license, according to 28 CFR 29.10, owner withdrawal from the program. Owner withdrawal from the program. The owner may withdraw from the program. This is for a registration. So you do not have to register your car if you are not engaged in commerce under common law. You don't have to. You can withdraw from the program at any time. It's voluntarily. You have to remove the decal and change the license plate. You cannot have a Ohio State license plate. You have to have your own personal, private license plate. You should go through the Department of Transportation, or you can get your own whatever, or just not even have a plate at all. Just remove it completely. Everybody needs to be doing this. We all need to recognize this. The more people who do this and realize what their rights are, the more rights you have. Right now I'm fighting by myself. Everybody else doesn't have the guts or the balls to do it. I don't know what to tell you. It's not my fault or problem. Here you go. Other things related to the case. Take a screenshot of this. These are the laws, codes, statutes, regulations, case law. I also have the constitutional law in here. But they're doing all of these things unlawfully. Look at that, look at that. Right here. Citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens of the several states, ensuring equal treatment of travelers. You are not a driver, you are a traveler. Affidavit of truth. Affirmation of rights. All of this. Take screenshots. Look these up for yourself. Find it out. This is me doing a public service announcement for all of you. So now more people can start doing it. We need to take down Admiral Maritime Law. It's the law of the dead. I'm not dead, are you? This is my public service announcement for you. I was arrested. My friend was there with me. Her and her friend were with me. They witnessed it. Everybody that was there witnessed it. Say hi, Erica.
No, I look like crap.
But I have witnesses, which they'll be subpoenaed eventually, and they'll be able to confirm that my rights were violated. They didn't read me my rights. They didn't tell me my charges. It's called robbery ashore. It's called piracy. Because they're in Admiral Maritime, and I'm common law. They're pirates and committing treason. So there's that. So just an FYI, the government's not your friend, and they're not here for you. You have to know your rights, and you have to exercise them. I'm still learning the policy and procedure part of it, but I know the law.
Okay, the court is on the record in City of Pontiac versus Amber R. McHenry, case number 24 TRD 527. Court is in receipt of a pretrial report. Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Your Honor. We may have a resolution of the matter, should the court be willing to accept it, whereby the city would dismiss the fictitious plate charge at defendant's cost, and Ms. McHenry would then enter a plea of guilty to the two remaining charges of failure to reinstate, driving under suspension, and expired plates. The city would then recommend whatever fines the court would deem appropriate along with the court costs of the case. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sayage.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did convey the offer from Law Director Lewis to my client, Ms. McHenry, after extensive talks and going over what she would be waiving today. She has decided today that she would take the plea offer along with the state's recommendation of just court costs and fines.
Okay, Ms. McHenry, it's my understanding today that you wish to change, you originally entered no plea to charges of failure to reinstate an unclassified misdemeanor and expired plates, a minor misdemeanor. You wish to enter guilty pleas to those two charges. In exchange for those guilty pleas, the fourth-degree misdemeanor charge of fictitious plates would be dismissed at your cost. Is that what you would like to see happen today?
I believe so.
I understand by pleading guilty to those charges that you would be waiving your right to the jury trial that is currently scheduled at the end of the month, as well as all of your trial rights. We just had a trial last week, so you kind of know what a trial is like. So by pleading guilty to these two charges, you'd be waiving all of those trial rights. Is that what you wish to do?
Would that put an end to litigation?
Yes, it would.
Then no.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. Also, you are represented by Mr. Sayed. Have you had sufficient time to consult with him, and are you satisfied with his counsel?
Yes.
Okay. I do find that defendant's pleas of guilty to these minor and unclassified misdemeanor offenses in subcase A and B, failure to reinstate and expired plates, to be knowing, voluntary, and intelligent. The court will accept the guilty pleas to those two charges, and I will therefore find her guilty of those offenses. I will dismiss at the defendant's cost the fictitious plates charge in subcase. So Ms. McHenry, I did not impose community work service. I could have. I did not impose a Class 7 license suspension. I could have on the failure to reinstate charge. I've just given you a fine and cost, although I'm ordering you to provide proof of insurance on the vehicle you're driving that day. If you're not able to provide to the clerk proof of insurance on the vehicle you're driving that day, you are subject to what we call a non-compliance suspension with the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. I guess what I'm saying, Ms. Henry, I could have sentenced you in a much more severe way. I did not. But understand that if you're back here with similar offenses and you're found guilty of those, I will impose those. What I didn't do today, I would do at a later time.
The state of Michigan versus Eric Joseph Martin. Mr. Darren, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicholas Darren on behalf of Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, if you could turn your video on and state your name for the record, please.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Your video is just not working.
Let's press the start.
There you go. If you could state your name for the record, please.
Well, I'm not the legal fiction independent. I'll tell you that for one. And I'm a living man, one of the sovereign people, beneficiary of this account.
All right, thank you for your appearance, Mr. Martin. All right, and today's date and time set for a settlement conference. Mr. Darren, you had the opportunity to speak with the prosecutor, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The case as to his brother, Mr. Kurt Martin, which is the one I have been appointed to, is going to be dismissed. I don't have an objection to that.
All ready? Any objection? No? Okay, so. Case dismissed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, just one brief question for my accounting of this. I need to get a register of actions. Is there a specific way to get it through the court, or is it the easiest just to go onto the online database to print it off?
Probably, I mean, the quickest is probably going to go to just an online database and print it off. Or,
all right. If I have an issue, I'll reach out to your clerk.
Sure. Yeah. Call my criminal clerk and if you have any issues.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor. You guys have a great day.
You do the same. With regard to case 241388 SM, you do have House counsel on that one. And did you speak with the House counsel yet?
No, I didn't speak with no House counsel, but
all right, I'm gonna put you into the breakout room so the attorney can come on in there. It'd be House counsel.
I'm not even
Mr. Fanto, which case do you have ready?
Judge, I'm waiting on the prosecutor. I have Mr. Martin on one of his cases, 1 o'clock settlement conference. As far as I can tell, the victim has not appeared.
All right, have you talked with Miss? Have you talked with Miss So?
I have twice, and she was going to check to see if the complainant was in the building, and now I can't even find Miss Soap on Zoom.
I just asked her to come to the main session. Miss So?
Hello?
Miss So?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. On the Eric Martin matter, is the victim here? Is she ready to go?
The sister, she is not. I've tried to make contact with her. She's not answering the phone. Victim advocate tried to contact her, did not respond. Notice was sent to her to be present. This was a settlement conference with complaining witness to appear. If she's not here, I cannot move forward.
All right, let me get Mr. Martin in the main session. Mr. Fanto.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeffrey Fanto on behalf of Mr. Martin. Day's time and date set for settlement conference. Mr. Martin is present, as Ms. Sobes indicated. Complainant is not, and they've had no contact. I would move to dismiss this matter. It is scheduled for trial on the 28th.
And Ms. Sobe, you've done everything you could to have
I have.
To have the victim here today?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, motion to dismiss granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks, Ms. Sobes. Mr. Martin, you're all set. Thank you, Judge.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's 30 days. 30 days.